Hey guys, we're going to talk about some other surplus stuff today. I don't usually have an intention of doing actual firearms with this channel, but these are surplus items that are currently available. This is an example of a CZ Model 50 pistol. These were made starting in 1950 in Czechoslovakia. They are 7.65 by 17, 32 ACP is the caliber. They're very light shooting, and 32 has a bad rap. I'm not going to talk about that right now. This one is one that I received quite a while ago through my C&R license, and it has the older style trigger spur or hammer spur and the standard decocking safety. That's safe. That's decocked. It's a separate decocker function. Most people on the internet will tell you that it's a decocking safety. It's a safety with a decocker. This one has the modern grips also. This max headroom pattern of grips is actually a later production thing. But this is not what we're going to talk about. Just want you to see what they look like when you have all the grease off of them. Right now, there are a couple main places where you can get CZ50 pistols in reasonable condition. This will clean up okay, but you can see there's some pitting, some light pitting, some stuff going on here. This one has a cracked grip. We'll talk about that. These are all from the same batch. This one's a little less rust pitting involved. These have been in storage for a very long time. Okay, this is the old style grip. These were imported by PW Arms, Redmond, Washington, a long time ago. I don't know, 80s, maybe 90s, long time ago. You'll have a matching serial number here and here, and usually somewhere on the frame. This is an older import batch, so things are marked a little differently than you're used to. This one's not bad. This one's got a little bit more finish left on it. So I ordered 3 of these on a sale price from Classic Firearms. Classic has apparently made their business by buying out a lot of old stock from closed importers. These all have lots of dried grease. They've been in storage for a very long time. And with Classic, you sometimes get some of the bottom of the barrel stuff, but this isn't exclusive to Classic. CDI Sales also has these, and at a better price. However, CDI has issues if you have a C&R FFL Type 303 license. So these are currently selling for $219, which was their Black Friday price, but now it seems to be their permanent sale price or something like that at Classic. They didn't do a bad job. What I've got here is the approximate condition I expected, and just about the price that I was expecting, and the function, everything's okay. If I was going to refinish these with touch-up bluing or something, fine. I should probably leave them original because they are collectible, but we'll see what I do. One problem is I got the one that has the broken grip. Classic is usually very good about taking stuff that is actually damaged and selling it separately through their auction program. So I sent an email to customer service, and I'm not expecting to hear anything till Tuesday because, you know, Christmas and all that. The condition like this, you can expect to pay a little bit of a premium for. This is $219. Old style grip, new style hammer spur, kind of odd. new style magazine floor plate also. You never know what's going on with the refurb process and how these things actually got issued and came out. This one has a later production slide and a better finish. This is probably going to be closer to about $260, $270 right now. And that's what you get for 40 bucks, 50 bucks. CDI has decided that they no longer want to ship pistols to curio and relic license holders no matter what. I had contacted them at one point and made arrangements where they said that it was okay and they could figure out a way to ship them to me because they have to use an air transport method from a common carrier, and that's not federal law. Federal law says that they cannot ship these through priority mail, through the U.S. Postal Service, to a non-dealer FFL. An FFL 03 is not a dealer. That's something we could take up with Congress because I think that's an oversight. They have to ship common carrier. Common carrier means essentially DHL, UPS, FedEx. UPS and FedEx, especially UPS and FedEx, but some of the other carriers have decided that they don't particularly like handling this, and they've put some restrictions on how they're willing to ship. One of the problems is, of course, that they don't actually have a 100% perfect track record and stuff gets stolen in FedEx. So they don't like these being shipped ground with the regular tracking, even with a signature required on ground. So they make you ship these, if you're going to a C&R, 2-day, 3-day, next day. One of those, air, okay? And there is 3-day air, and you can use it, and it's totally fine. But this is not a legal limit. This is company policy, okay? They can say, oh, we didn't cover your shipment because you didn't ship the way we wanted to, but it's not. It has nothing to do with the actual federal code. So CDI doesn't want to deal with that anymore. And if you contact them, you can still probably get them to do the shipping. If you want to order 3 and have them all sent in a box for $45, which is about what it's going to cost, then fine. I mean, you're a C&R, you're doing a collection, you're buying 3, you collect them. I went through Classic because there's so much less hassle, but I should have paid about $165 each for these through CDI, maybe in equal, maybe in slightly lesser condition. Classic does not have the best prices for most things, period. They have really good customer service and a pretty hassle-free process of purchasing C&R items, just like J&G, so sometimes you feel it's worth the extra little bit there. Anyway, this is what you've got, and if you don't know what these are, they're blowback 32s. This is all dried grease, not rust. This is that Eastern European Cosmoline that's been sitting there for so many years. This particular pistol, it breaks down. It looks like a Walther PP style breakdown, but it's not. The trigger mechanism is completely different, which is made obvious because it has an actual decocker in addition to the safety. But the brake, instead of pulling the trigger guard down and holding it, or trying to keep it balanced on the edge, the breakdown process with this operates with a little camming button. And that allows you to, there's the locking lug, or the lug there, that prevents you from pulling the slide back far enough to get off the rails. When you push that in, you can pull the slide back a little further and get it off the rails and do your disassembly. This is actually a much better system as far as it goes. At some point, maybe on the channel where I actually do my restorations, which is coming soon, I will do a full teardown and explain the trigger mechanism. Right now, this is just, hey, these happen to exist and be available. And the two cheapest places to get them are going to be Classic, CDI. CDI, I mean, if you're going to go ship to your local dealer and do the transfer and everything, fine, use CDI. They're perfectly fine. I have had very good interactions with them with C&R long gun purchases. Classic has these on semi-permanent sale for $219, and that's not bad. That's just what the prices are right now. I don't know how many they have left. I don't know when they're going to run out. I don't need any more. I have this one, I have these three, and someday the Model 70 will get on the C&R list, and I'll have 4 of those for my collection as well. That's it. Short video. We'll talk soon. I have a couple other boxes of stuff that's actual surplus, like hats, that I'll get to soon. Merry Christmas.